When your past holds your future hostage, that's what we're going to talk about today. Um, have you ever felt like no matter how much time passes, your past pains still comes back to haunt you? It still shows up in your emotions. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I've been there, done it, as they say. But today we're going to talk about um, to heal from that. Because if you don't heal, your past will control your future. Welcome to Garner Hearts. My name is Denise Peterson, but you can call me Dee. This channel was created for women who are on a healing journey. Women who need to heal from heartbreaks, from divorce, from toxic relationships, uh, just from the mundane patterns, the different patterns that keep us stuck on a daily basis. So if this is your first time here, welcome to Guarded Hearts. Let's get started. Let's get started. This is a type of video that you're going to need your pen and paper, okay? Because it's a teachable video. I want to do something different this time in this video, things that I work with clients on. So I want you to take the time and just get some pen and paper. It's not going to be a real long video, but I just want to make sure that you get it. I have my notes here. So you see me looking down, I want to make sure I present to you what I feel, what I went through. As I said, being married for close to 30 years being married, and divorced in my mid 50s. 2018 got divorced. This healing journey has taught me so much. So today we're talking about the emotional healing journey, and we're going to talk about the past, the present, and future of emotional healing journey. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Let's talk about, talk about the past first. And what does the past do? Um, and when it becomes, when it's part of your emotional healing journey, the past creates patterns. You want to write that down. The past creates patterns. And if it's left unhealed, if you don't, begin your healing journey, if it's left unhealed, I have here those patterns will repeat the fear, it repeats the mistrust, it repeats self-doubt, it repeats on unhealthy relationships. But we're going to stop that today. We're going to uh, stop those patterns today. And if they're unhealed, it even shapes the way we think, the way we love, the way we trust. Yeah, that's what patterns do. The past hurts. They create patterns. And I have here, it shapes the way we think, as I said, the way we love, the way we respond to life, things that happen in our life. If we unhealed patterns, this is what happens. The cycles are repeated, I have here, not because we want to. We don't want the cycles to be repeated. But most of the time, it's because they're familiar. We've been doing it for so long, for so many years, it became, it feels safe. Even when we're hurting, it still feels safe. Even in situations situations we thought was buried. We thought we done got over it. But sometimes somebody can say something and do something and quickly trigger that emotion. And a lot of times I have another video that we talked about previously about reacting and responding. Most of the time we react those triggers, we react to it. And those triggers starts dictating how we act. So this is why we need to, create new patterns. And healing is the only way you can break free from those cycles. We want you today to rewrite the patterns and reclaim the power to fully live in the now. I'm going to say that again. Healing is the only way to break free, to rewrite those patterns and reclaim the power to live fully in the now. Our healing journey. Whatever you got to do, we talked about. Look at my previous videos. Whatever you have to do to heal, prayer. Go to God. Therapy. As I said, I went to therapy. Therapy was my prayer was my weapon, but therapy was my strategy I used to help me on my healing journey. Okay, we talked about the past. Let's take the next one. Number 2, it says the present. The present creates choices. I have it. It gives us the power to choose differently. When you're emotional, when you're on an emotional healing journey, every moment becomes an opportunity. But it's how gives you a chance how you're going to respond instead of react, as I just talked about that. Healing in the now present is about breaking old patterns. Healing in the now, the present, I said present, in the present is about breaking old patterns. That's what I said. We're going to rewrite, we're going to break those patterns. You decide whether you want to repeat what hurt you. You're going to decide that. If you want to repeat something that hurt you, or if you're going to create something that heals you. Every choice that we make, every choice that we make becomes the foundation of our life that you're building tomorrow. I'm going to say that again. I have it written down here. I want to make sure I get this across to you. So every choice that you make today becomes the foundation for the life you're building tomorrow. That's why healing is so important, so we can make better choices in our lives. Okay, so let's do number 3. We talked about the past, how that creates patterns. We talked about the present, how that creates choices. Let's talk about the future. When you're on your emotional healing journey, the future creates freedom. Oh my gosh, the future creates freedom. And I have here, the future creates freedom when healing becomes a way of life. The choices we just talked about. You rather respond than react. I'm telling you. Go back to my other video talking about responding and reacting. That was a powerful video. That was really because, I said healing is a journey. That's just not something we're going to learn overnight. It takes time. It takes time. But we want to make this a part of our life. And I have here, every step you take towards wholeness today builds a tomorrow that isn't controlled by yesterday. Let's say that again. Every step that you take towards wholeness today, you're taking a step today. Your step right now is just listen to this video. Every step that you take today builds a tomorrow that isn't controlled by yesterday's pain. Yep, we're stopping yesterday's pain. It's going to try to come up, but hey, you can take control of it. You can take control of how you react. And the freedom shows up when the patterns that once held you captive. Yeah, I got to say this again. I want to make sure you get this. Freedom shows up when the patterns that once held you captive no longer define your choices. Oh man, I'm telling you. Whew! No longer define how I see things. No longer define how I react to certain situations. I'm telling you. But when you start your healing journey, the freedom that comes with it, oh my goodness, it's life-changing. Life-changing. It says when you choose healing now, the future becomes a place of peace, a place of growth, a place of possibilities, a place of self-worth. That's what the freedom creates a place of self-worth. And I want to tell you, healing is possible. Don't say, I've been through so much, I've been thinking this way all the time. No, 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 no. Healing is possible. And you're not alone. I'm here to help you. Healing is possible. And I have you the moment you choose to face the past instead of running from it, you begin to take your power back. Ooh, that's powerful. You take your power back. Yes, I was hurt. Okay. Yes, I went through this. You take your power back. And let me tell you something else. Healing doesn't mean that you're going to erase the past, but it means you take control of your future. That's what healing means. I have a quote in my book, To Have, to Hold, and to Heal. And one of the quotes in my book says, the healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It means the damage won't control my life. That is what healing is. Yes, I was hurt, but I will not let it control my life from here on out. It held me back. When I was healing, my healing journey, I went through this. So I know what I'm talking about. I went through this. I'm telling you, the bitterness that I had, oh, it held me back. I was bitter. I was upset. I was hurt, but still yet smiling on the outside, but still crying on the inside. When I'm by myself, crying. But healing is possible. I want you to say that. Healing is possible. Why? Because you deserve the freedom. I had to come to my mind that, hey, I deserve the freedom. You deserve the freedom. You deserve the peace. Oh my gosh, I try not to get really, um, I'm trying to hold my tears back because I'm telling you, times I felt so bound until I started my healing journey. That's why I'm saying it again. You deserve the freedom. You deserve the peace. And you deserve to live without the yesterday dictating your tomorrow. You deserve to live without the yesterday dictating your tomorrow. You got this. Healing is possible. And to start your healing journey, I would want you to pick up my free guide. It's called Five Healing Truths I Wish I Knew Sooner. And I remember writing this. I remember just writing it and writing it. So I've written it for myself, but I put it together so I wanted to share with other women. 5 Healing Truths I Wish I Knew Sooner. The link is in the description, and it's a free guide. You can download it right now. But if you want to dive deeper into your healing journey, I want you to also pick up, also in the same link, you can pick up our Guarded Hearts, our workbook. I'm telling you, this workbook has been a blessing to me, and I know it can be a blessing to you. This workbook, it talks about affirmations. It gives you a roadmap about letting go, about forgiveness, about changing your mindset. That is so important. Changing how we look at things. That's all part of our healing journey. And you can do this. I know you can. And again, you are not alone. That's why I created this channel as a safe space for women to begin our healing journey. So don't let your past dictate your future. I'm going to say that again. Don't let your past dictate your future or dictate your tomorrow. Start your healing journey today. You're not alone. And until the next video, I want you to say, I say this all the time, I want you to protect your peace, guard your heart, and never stop being you. I'll see you soon.